It is raining. I took out the cat for a little walk in the apartment. It's raining. We're have water on us. Um, that was nice. And my neighbor saw me with my cat, and then they wanted to share us with some banana bread, and it always kicks ass. It's delicious. Anyway, I'm just chatting for things that I've experienced as a person who's autistic and a femme, and also the period stuff. So let me tell you about this. First of all, period stuff. America has a lot of a considerate amount of lobbying of FDA, and believe whatever you want to believe. I'm cool with that. I just know that some of the um, period um, objects that you can use, like pads and tampons, those have like they have like certain metals in them, and I'm not talking like, oh, iron is good for you. It's like bullshit that you're not supposed to have in your body anyway. I didn't know they were doing those until I already had a those diva cups. I have a version of that. It's called a disc and all that. So I have some of those, and period panties, which I'll tell you about that one. So with that one, you have to know about your body. That is boundary. Boundary. You can just go eat your own damn food. How about that? We're done, man. You finished today. That's enough. We can't keep going. You go eat. So with the disc or that type of stuff, you have to position it like you have to know what you're doing, and you think it's supposed to be deep in, but it's not, because you're not fucking aroused. That's a different other thing. So it's not, you just kind of have to get it into a suction way, and you just honestly, it depends on your entire body. So everyone's vagina is different, like literally. So I don't know, trial and error, but it's still efficient stuff. Like, it takes a while to, you'll notice with me, if I'm leaking, I don't actually leak yet. I can already feel that my body is like, oh, we're almost done. So they let me know. Plus, if I have to shit, that's a whole other thing, because I have, like, so I don't know if I have OCD, or if it's just autism, but, and I'm not even diagnosed with autism. Ultimately, I get very controlled and obsessed about the way I shit and all that. It's the only thing I can control. And so I hate having the option. Like, it's impossible to have your cup in while you're shitting. However, if you're removing or inserting, you can definitely feel if there's extra shit in your ass. I'll be real. That's like TMI, but this is all about the femmes and all that. So I expect nothing so far. I expect some people need to know about their periods, I guess. Um, with the Diva cups, I'm conflicted, because I know it's plastic, and so when we have plastic, every form of plastic we have will give you microplastics. So it's entirely possible that although you're not sweating, you're literally putting it in an organ. So I don't know. I mean, at some point we figure it out or not. I like the idea of the free bleeding and all that, but I also have sensory issues with that too. I don't have, like, it bothers me to have it everywhere, bleeding and all that. Now let me tell you about the period panties. They're kind of expensive. They're like as expensive as a Victoria's Secret panties, but it actually has a function. and depends on the brand you get it from and all that. It's basically like wearing a normal panty with like three layers of just the section that you use for your discharge and whatever leaks you have. So just where it's there, so it doesn't have as much holes and all that. So it's like more of like that, and it's still cotton. Um, you do have to get used to how you have to clean those things up. So with these the period panties, they're like you should clean it immediately, um, and it should be done like within the same day. And they even tell you you're not supposed to be bleeding that much. So you kind of can't have a period panty unless you have something supposed to hold the bleeding anyway. So there's that. So I still use my panties the whole time I'm there, so that if I leak, I'm not having to have a pad. Um, but it does get really stinky because I only have three panties, and I'm like using for like I'm wearing the same panty for like 2 days in a row. And if I'm like, and then the longer it is the end of my period, I will have like very much less. I will have, it gets lighter and lighter. At that point, I'm like not using the cup because then it hurts or something like that. And then, so I have more blood into it. And anyway, I've got a shitty washer, technically dryer too. That's okay. I don't have anything, so that's what it is. But I do have a vinegar always. Almost always I have vinegar. So I just use white vinegar. I put it half and half water and um soak the panties, especially the ones that are you can smell it. It can get moldy if it's like you have to clean it almost like immediately. I'm still wearing it for 2 days. Oh, that's disgusting. That shit would like cost me like $30, $40 for three panties. So yeah, I don't have enough for another more panties. And even then you still have to deal with it because I'm talking my dishwasher is my laundry washer is like not that great at it anyway. So I just use vinegar now. If I'm doing my panties in general, I now throw in a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar is great for um, mm, shit enzymes. It's got enzymes. It can destroy the enzymes of certain things that you would have of animals who have pissed everywhere. So you can deal with that. Your period blood, it handles that. Um, anything of bodily fluids, sure. Even if you had the humans vomiting, it probably would help with that too. Because I've been using the vinegar baking soda for when my cat threw up. I learned about cats throw up when it's too cold, and I was fucking up my cat. So I learned about that one. Cats cannot have cold food. Okay, put that fucking room temperature on that shit. Um, so I haven't had to deal with that, but he also he also has been shooting fur out of his ass because I have not been giving him enough fiber, and I need to groom him more so that he doesn't swallow too much fur. So I'm dealing with that on my cat. Yeah, this is my first cat that to own. I'll be real. I'm pretty happy to learn all these things. I'll be real. So anyway, with those vinegar, letting it soak for the panties lets you wring out the blood, and then keep doing that so it handles the enzyme, so it's not going to be as stinky. And then you throw it in your washer and then you can just throw in a little bit extra. I used the same vinegar because like whatever, it was going to do that anyway. But I would still do it for fresh panties. I would use a fresh vinegar for that just to make sure that it doesn't stink as bad. I have one of those, the fucking shredder washer that you have of those. It's like it twirls this way instead of this way. So fuck that. No, it's okay. It's not broken so far. So you just find something that works with it. I do know that because of the autism that I'm referring to is like I know that I have autism because I have fucking PMDD really bad. Um PMDD can get exacerbated. Oh, is there frogs? Maybe. Exacerbated by the stress of my life and all that. So I think I have had worse acne before when I was like having jobs and all that type of stuff. The stress levels would make me go too fucked up, man. Because I'm actually realizing that I seem femme vocally. It's probably masking entirely. A lot of the things that I do is probably based on high masking to appease society and all that kind of shit. So I don't even know my official voice would be when I'm not having all the higher pitched voices. I'm probably, the more normal I am, the more neutral it is instead of all the hi, how are you? I have to do that shit. And so yeah, I'm trying to let go of those things. The I don't have a diagnosis. I want one, sorta. It's a good and bad in to have it and not comparative to what the fucking country I'm in right now in America, you know? Um and I don't need to, I mean, if you assume that I'm not fucking autistic because I don't have a diagnosis, like you're that's like the same for every woman who goes to a doctor. Doctors don't fucking listen, especially and the way of that they do things, the more marginalized you are, the least they will fucking listen to you, especially if it's a male doctor. That bitch, they don't want to listen about you, especially because so I'm queer, I'm disabled, I'm a little bit fat, I'm the only thing I fucking don't have is I'm fucking white as fuck. So I'm super white. So they would listen to me sort of, but I'm still a woman, so even as a femme there's like I'm not listened to regardless of that. It just means it would take me less money to get to the specific specialist um that a person who's black and femme and whatever, you know, they would just have to spend more money to get the actual diagnosis. So they would be probably making like if it cost me like 500 to get a specific specialist, they probably have to do double for that to actually get a specialist for someone who's dark skinned or any of that type of stuff. Anyway, it's in shambles. I don't need to feel I'm at this point where like, you know what? If you needed me to prove it from a fucking you need me document that I'm autistic, like haven't you seen all of my videos so far and you don't think I'm fucking autistic as is? Like you're that's weird. That's another thing. If autistic people don't even want to listen to about autism at all. I know that always like I don't keep friends. Like it's rare to maintain a friendship because women are mean. I'm sure I've explained that in my other videos. Like, guess what? Ladies are mean for autism. I already said explained it that it's because of the way that women are subjugated and they don't have actual control. So the only thing they can do is create a weird. They just create this whole system that they have rules and all of that because they believe that they have a control when they can form a sub society where oh women we don't accept this type of things. They have the idea and the uh the perception of having power, because if you have your own hierarchy, within the hierarchy you're subjugated to, you have more people you can control, therefore you don't have to focus on that. That's the same reason of why, men are still within an entire hierarchy. They'll still do that to women because guess what? I just want to have somebody there to throw under the bus. The whole thing goes for every fucking system ever. So yes, women are bitches because they're another version of the bottom of the pyramid scheme. So I'm not proving that. I'm just telling you about the shit that I've had as an autist, and I've realized why my body has a lot of other issues in general. I know that the PMDD for me is really severe, sort of. My tits hurt really bad before my period, and that lasts for fucking 8 fucking days. I get emotional, which isn't like emotional means that I should be able to feel joy, which I do have that. I get maybe it is emotional because sometimes I'll just see my cat and it's my 8 days, and like I'm like, this is the best cat in the world, which he is, but it's just more likely that I'm going to cry. But I also feel like shit. Also, I feel like oh my god, I don't matter. I'm not productive, so I might as well, I'm not worth it, any of this, you suck, all of that kind of stuff. So that always sucks, and I know it's like not even like I don't feel that way for the other half of the month. Like I'm like, oh man, I feel it sort of. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough, but it's not like I want to, you know, recluse or whatever, get all reclusive, go into a little something where no one can see me. It's like, oh man, I guess I kind of suck a little bit, just only a little. So the PMDD does that. If I bloat, I guess I bloat. I'm fat. I wouldn't know the difference. Um, and then the acne. I get acne for fucking half of the month, and so with zits, it's the stress levels make it happen like that. Plus the PMDD like amps it, and so I'm always having acne like half of the month, and that's when right now my life I have the lowest stress levels I've ever had in my life, and I still get acne. Um, I have zits right now. Part of it has to do with I'm a picker and a toucher, so I do touch a lot of things, and so it does, like, the more you touch a zit, the worse it gets. But sometimes it even just pops up, it like starts raising the fucking zit, and I don't even notice it, and I'm like, well, fuck. And then it's another form of, oh, is it OCD? Is it autism? Because now I want to pop these because they bother me a lot. And yeah, you want me to take that off you? Okay, I'm gonna give you a treat a little bit later. You're not going out. I'm not ready to treat you yet. I'm gonna give you some stuff after you eat. You eat, handsome man. I love you. Love you. You wanna come over here? Are we cuddling or what? I don't have anything for you yet. I'm empty. Empty handed. It's not ready. I think you have something to eat. You have something to eat. You didn't eat your food yet. You ain't going anywhere yet. Why don't you eat your broth? Can you eat your broth, please? Oh, okay. He's laying down. That's nice of him. So, yeah, PMDD is like, for the PMDD has about 92 to 94% of diagnosed autistic femmes, and that's like those who they fucking know who has that. So, I'm sure that means, well, I don't know. Maybe it could be higher and lower because you have a lot of people who are not even documented. I mean, diagnosed for their autism, like me, I'm not diagnosed for autism, I'm not diagnosed for ADHD, I'm diagnosed for bipolar 2, which entirely is possible, but OCD no, because I took like 2 or 3 OCD meds that never affected me whatsoever, because I tried those for like a full month or month to 2 months of those type of things and had no change whatsoever. I did taper myself off my bipolar med, and I did not have any issue or um I didn't think that I was going to get, I didn't have any SI, so I wasn't like suffering or anything. The I still have stress levels, and the stress levels is basically from society almost entirely, where there's a bunch of expectations about people. We have this whole capitalistic world where you're only valued for literal productions that you have, as in factories, as in working as a customer service, as in whatever job you have. That's the only thing you're valued based on our society, even though it doesn't cover you, because we already know the capitalist has the only few and then a bunch of people as little slaves. And that's, I know that's, you're gonna hate me saying you're slaves, but I mean nobody can afford a place to own. So it's not the same level of slavery, because you still have people, they like literally take people, right? Like right now with ICE, they have literally taken people, especially it's mostly Hispanic people in America. They steal them so that they can just put them in the prison prison so that they can give them free labor, which is a joke because they don't even get paid well anyway. So we're that much of it. So yeah, I wouldn't say that, oh, no one's a slave. Like they just ramp it up every time they can. The high billionaires and the companies and all that. That's what I'm talking about, capitalist, where the few will just do whatever they can to squeeze out of the proletariat, and it's a nightmare. And I do get it how they're saying like, oh well, it's the middle class who have are the only ones who know the difference between being poor and not. So this is the middle class. They're like, oh, we're pissed because now we don't have a comfortable life. I don't know. I don't even know how to say about that. I mean, I don't even know if I was middle class, because I, even if my parents did even if they were middle class, we did not live like that. So most of the stuff was like, I mean, sort of video games, but that wasn't like immediate. So it'd be a while. So I don't know. It's not those, I don't know. I mean, not poor, 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 but so I guess that's the difference between being super poor and not. But either way, we're just, I guess you want to say that it's a middle class, you're gonna do that. I'm poor fucking right now, and I'm still pissed. I'm just like not holding that as much as they're expecting. Like, but I am learning all of this gardening and all of this so that I can grow shit on my own. If I have my own place and land, which I don't even want to have it as like, I mean, like literally just having things to raise and produce things of from the nature. I don't need to have that as like profit. So that's something that I don't necessarily need. I just want abundance based on, oh, I don't need to be stressed on money, which I'm feeling now because I'm autistic and I cannot maintain a job. Not that it's like I suck at my job. I don't. I'm a good worker. People just hate autistic people, just in general. That's why I get a lot of flack. Is probably because I get a lot of, well, trolls just exist on the internet. You're gonna get haters no matter what. They just like, I don't know, autistic for mental illnesses or change of brains. Autistics, autists get the absolute worst of the bullying. For some reason, nobody really knows. I mean, it's just a change of communication slightly, but it's like doesn't really make sense why they bully them so much. It's probably just me basing it on the point of you know, the pyramid scheme for everyone wanting to have someone to subjugate from whatever layer they have of the pyramid. Um my stress levels have been limited to such a point. I'm getting to this point. Sorry, it's a long fucking video. I guess I'm just chatting. The I don't edit yet because I don't have enough money to compensate myself for editing at all. I don't know. I guess I'll ask the fairies to see if I edited, would I have more views? Entirely possible, but I also can't afford any good, actual camera, a computer. I just have a laptop that's not even something that I like. Um, blah blah blah. So the stress levels I've had is my acne. I don't have I'm too stressed to eat regularly. Um and the amount of energy required for masking, and once you remove the masking, um yeah, I'm definitely getting skill regression, like a lot. But I did adjust my entire sleeping schedule usually. That now I wake up at like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. unless I had something and I'm fucking tired as fuck. Um, and then I do some gardening. I get the sun. That helps it to limit your stress levels. The more you got of vitamin D from just the sun is probably helping you, but it does make you a little tired. I'll be real. Um, my shit is getting better. This is crazy. I have really issues with cleanliness of poop. So, oh, that's disgusting. I don't care. Don't listen to it. I don't give a shit what you do. So, if I I used to always wipe, and it would be like with the baby wipes, and it would be like cover a finger, goes up in there, see if there's shit in there. Um, I still do that. That would mean that I have no, I don't have that much of a strength of a that actually fucks up your pelvic wall, which is what you mean for your anus and all that. Um, which means I kept doing kegling of my ass so that I wouldn't have to shart or anything because I did shart in 2022. And that happened like twice in one month, and I was like, shit, like that's bad. I still have issues of hemorrhoids from wiping too much, and it's hard for having the lack of control of the entire chaotic society we have. That like, yeah, it makes sense that I want to control picking things, my human body, and also even having to do with wanting to be more clean about my anus and all that. Um, I'm at this point, I was like, okay, I'll try and do the bidet. So I've been trying the bidet. And then I was like, it more of like when I start something, that's the thing about OCD. I don't know about OCD because if somebody has a good idea and I'm like, that actually makes sense, I will adapt it. So there's not like, oh, it's my rule. It's like, if this rule makes sense, then it will be adopted. So I was like, bidet, you think you're more clean? And I was like, I don't get that. Cause how would you know if you not go finger your ass a little bit? How would you know you didn't clean your butt? I'll be real. So when I first had the bidet, I was still wiping. Kitty wants the pendulum. I'll do the pendulum a little bit later. I know you deserve something. I will treat you a little bit. So like the bidet, I was like, okay, I'll have the bidet, but I would still use the wipes to make sure that there's no more extra in there, because that's the thing about bidet. They don't tell you about this, that the bidet does indeed make you it makes you shit more somehow a little bit if you're putting on high pressure, which I do because the OCD of the S. It's what I call of that. That yeah, it's not good to do what I'm doing at the beginning, because like guess what? That's why I have hemorrhoids. Everything is way too much, to be honest. Um, I don't do that. I we were out of wipes recently, and so I was like, you know what? Why don't I try it? Why don't I try it to not I will only do the bidet. I will not use a wipe. So it will be, I don't know if it's there. I've still been using um hemorrhoid cream. It's the difference between ointment. Ointment is fucking, I don't know. It's weird. Cream, and I just go, since I'm used to fingering my ass anyway. Of course I'm wiping my I'm of course I'm washing my hands with soap every time. But I'm like, okay, I'll just go put some ointment up in there, because they have like this little, almost like a little horn you can put up your ass to just squirt some of that in there. But like, why do that when you got this right here? Um, you got fingers, so what's the point? You have to wash your hands no matter what. So anyway, I just put that in there, and if I'm doing that without wiping with a baby wipe, I'm using the bidet now, and still using the toilet paper to make sure that it's not, getting everywhere. Then I just put a finger in there to see if there's anything there. If there's still something there, I will be annoyed and I will try and shoot it out a little bit. But if there's nothing there, I just like let it relax more and then go wipe my stuff. But ultimately, before any of this, I would only shit like when I was stressed enough to like almost have like a, a mild diarrhea, which is disgusting. I'm gonna trigger this video as definitely point as not for kids. I get it. But yeah, like the stress levels of society has really relied on me holding all of this stress in my body, that would mean that I almost could never shit, even when I was healthy. I'm still healthy. I mean, I've been eating healthy food for like years, ever since I fucking moved here in the end of 2022. That was after I had the that was after the shart in the February of 2022. Well, then I start eating really healthy stuff, and I'm still seeing no change to uh, my movements, my bowel movements. So I was like, what the fuck? I would still try and having jobs, and when you start the jobs, I have either at an interview or getting into a job early, I would definitely have diarrhea like all the time. And then even then, once I get used to the job, unless it was a job that I really could not handle, like emotionally, I would still be diarrhea. I was a cashier at a gas station for like not too long, honestly. They fired me because I ate old food. They fired me for theft because I ate old food. So it was they were throwing it away. So they've anyway, America, wow. So that job really stressed me over the top, and I definitely was diarrheaing the whole time I was there. Um and so when I was having, you would have the diarrhea because you had something there. Like, oh, my fucking piece of shit job. And if I was there scheduled, I would be having diarrhea. If it was not, then I'm not shitting. Like not shitting at all. So it would be between diarrhea and bunny poops, when you have those pellets of your ass. So that shit was a nightmare. And I'm only now having a more full log shits is now that I'm letting go of the stress from my body. So I'm like, I don't need to hold on to masking everyone. Nothing is expected of me. Society wants me to die anyway, so I can let it go. I don't need that. And then I'm just letting my body exist. Now I'm shitting in the morning most of the time. I'm getting used to all of that, and I've been not changing. I've been eating healthy foods since fucking then, and all the way now, I'm releasing the stress of my body that I can limit the zit, sort of. But also, my my shit is now almost completely normal, which I'm not. The only change is that I get a little more sun. I still drink the same amount of water, except for I added salt to my water, to just a little bit of salt to make sure that it's easier to your liver or kidney or whatever it is to process it. But ultimately, that's I even was still having shit issues when I was having salt in my water. It's only now that I'm letting go. Hey, handsome. I'm letting the stress release from me that I don't need to do anything for the world. The world wants nothing from me because it only wants a specific type of people. I don't meet that criteria regardless, and fuck it. I will learn the shit that I want to learn. I will build the skills that matter to me. Boom. Now I am shitting. I am shitting regularly, and I am convincing myself to not fucking up my hemorrhoid as bad. I'm still using ointment, obviously. How else would I know if there's no shit in my ass? Um, but ultimately, I am getting used to it. So I think I'm not even gonna keep that. I'm done with the baby wipes. I think I'm gonna build this. That this is gonna be my new habit on my ass, and do more with that, and let go of the stress more that I can, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, stress fucks us over really bad. And whoa, you dude, that's like all the way up, man. Can you chill? What's my cat? Fairies, please relax him, please. What's wrong? You're mad at me? He's mad at me. So yeah, for if you think, even if you're suggesting suspicious that you're autistic, fucking try and unmask. Say shit you want to say, do shit you want to do, and be like, nobody actually let go of the stress and expectations of society that will do nothing for you. The only thing you can build a kingdom that you want is to prepare for it now. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm like, it is what it is. Do I need money? Sure. I mean, like, yeah, because of all the rules that we have, but I don't even want to have the money that I want to have is so that I can make it more circular for more people could have more abundance and all of that type of stuff. I'm tired with capitalism. I'm not doing that anymore. I live with my mom. I'm almost 30. Wow. I'm like, it's a fucking scam from capitalism anyway. If you have all of your kids, you kick them out immediately, then they have to go pay for rent. They have to buy all their shit. They have to start doing all their cars. They have to go there, get their gas. It's a whole scam. So I'm cool with that. Yeah. If you think you're autistic or you might be, you probably are. Autistic people don't even think of that. They don't even think of that until like they never do that. If you even think you might not be, I don't know, are you masking or what? Like that's the real thing. So, yeah, your stress levels is the thing you're supposed to control. Oh, you had a ball there. Want me to get your ball? Or do you want to do something else? Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.